Initially, after the accident happened, I did not accept what had happened. I wanted to blame the girl who hit me. I wanted to rethink everything. I was concerned that people thought that I wasn't good enough at riding, and that was why I got in an accident. I was trying to control a lot of things, and I wasn't accepting where I was. And it took a while to accept where I was, and I still struggle with it every day. But I think it's a struggle that's just going to continue, and if we just remind ourselves to accept it, we'll be a lot happier. So, I assumed responsibility for where I was. I knew that, well, at the time, I believed that there was nothing I could do about it anymore. I was where I was, and I had to take responsibility to pull myself out of it. The girl who hit me, she was at fault, but I can't change that, so I have to let that go. The pain, the potential discomfort, surgeries in the future, kind of disability that I was going to be dealing with moving forward, I had to accept it. And I mean, at this point, not only have I accepted it, but I fully embraced it. I wouldn't be who I am now without it, and I'm happy with who I am. So it's kind of hard to think back on the past now and think how I was thinking negatively. It just makes no sense to me anymore. But here's an example I'll try to give. I bought an Airdyne bike. You know, one of those arms move, feet move, you spin a fan. So I bought one of those, and the upstroke on every pedal was painful, and my knee couldn't bend enough to successfully finish out that stroke smoothly, but I kept doing it anyways. And of course I wanted it to get better, but I was learning then that, like, life's going to be different from now on. And this is a weird kind of paradox, because you can accept where you are and you could just cease to exist, and you could just stop trying and be a blob. So it's a funny trick here, because you have to accept where you are and then work towards where you want to go. It was just, all right, I want my knee to bend again. If it doesn't, that's fine, but I want it to. So I'm going to try. So every upstroke, it hurt, but I thought, all right, this is going to bring me that flexibility I need. Just every single pass, it was just cracking it a little bit more, giving it a little bit more flexibility, and I was moving forward. And I had to accept that I was going to be in pain, but that it was worth it to move forward. So there's this little combination of acceptance and responsibility. They go hand in hand. So it's, for me, it was to accept where I was, which was broken in a wheelchair, and then accept the responsibility that I needed to take to move forward. And at the time, I thought that I had to do it on my own, which I've learned a lot since then, and we'll talk about that later, but it was to accept it. I had to accept what I couldn't control, and it solved a big problem. I no longer blamed the girl that hit me. I actually wanted to reach out and talk to her. I never did, because I felt bad. I didn't want to stir up bad memories for her. And really, after I fully accepted it, I began to see it as a blessing, because I began to see all the lessons that there were right in front of me, and I couldn't have gotten those lessons any other way. So in fully accepting where I was, I opened myself up to learning instead of resisting, because without accepting it, it's just constantly resisting life, and you're really not existing. You're not growing, and you're not learning if you're resisting what life is trying to show you. And so it's a starting point to just accept it. This is where I am. I deal with that with money now, where I think about, oh no, I've spent too much money. I'm running out of money. I'm gonna run out of money. And if I would have done this with my money, then I would have been better off. And I just accept, okay, well, I'm where I am right now. And had I done those things and had more money, would I then be so excited to pursue what I'm currently pursuing? And the answer is probably not. But I'd also never know anyway, and so this whole exercise is just pointless. But it's almost extreme acceptance. The other way wouldn't be as good as it is, because this way is good. This way is perfect. This is what actually happened. This is actual reality. A practical way to practice accepting where you are in life is to basically treat every night like New Year's Eve and every day like New Year's Day. For obvious reasons. It's the closing of one day and the opening of another. And then I heard someone else, a friend of mine now, say that we should be treating every day like a new life. And that's the trick. So instead of holding on to a past life and wishing it was currently the way it used to be, it's to wake up every day in your new life with all your new challenges. See every day as a brand new life. How beautiful an idea that is. And I think that's the way forward, and that's the way that we can remain happy. Every morning we wake up with brand new challenges. So there is no the way it used to be. It just is. We just are where we are and have to move forward and take on this lifetime, this day. And so instead of me thinking back to when I had no pain in my leg and I was stronger and I was able to run and all of those kinds of things, that doesn't exist anymore. That person is dead. The person in front of us has this knee issue and this shoulder issue. And now I have to dedicate my day to trying to figure out how to live happily with those ailments and maybe even work on trying to make them better. And I get to go to sleep and then wake up the next day and then, oh, hey, look. This lifetime, I have this knee problem and this shoulder problem. I'm going to have to try to be happy despite that. And maybe I'll work on making it better. So I think that's the best way to practice acceptance, is to look at every single night like New Year's Eve and every day like New Year's Day, or to look at every day like a brand new life. With new challenges, new lessons to learn, new happiness to be had. It's a work in progress. I'm not perfect at this stuff. I just know that it's true. And so every day I just have to remind myself to accept it. Just accept it. And then move forward. I cannot get over how beautiful the world is. I think I need to work on accepting that, because it just continually blows my mind and I just can't believe it. And I don't want to leave, but I have to leave. But I can always come back. I have named this tree the Fallen Tree of Acceptance. This is Ryan's Fallen Tree of Acceptance. And look, it had a purpose. Its purpose was to have me sit on it and talk about accepting it. Accept falling down, tree. You just got to accept it. There's been a bunch of stuff that I've been doing the last, week that I really never would think that I was going to be able to do. I completely forgot about the potential ability to walk on a down tree or even just climb a steep little thing without any steps. It might be all the shoes, but it feels really good. So, those people crossing the bridge, that's what we call a family. And those little girls that were scooting along, well, they needed their dad to guide them. And they needed him there even just for extra confidence. The number 3 thing, and these are in no particular order, but the number 3 lesson that I learned is the importance of family and community and loved ones. It really tops them all. So if I didn't have family when I got my accident, I would have died. If I was alone, I couldn't shop, I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything. So without the help of family and friends and people who love me, I would have died. So I needed them. Now, as far as the recovery goes, I thought that I had to do it all on my own. That turns out to be completely false. Me trying to take it all on my own was the worst thing that I could have done. I needed to ask for help and to try to receive help and welcome it and welcome the love and share the love. When I was finally tired of getting beat up and feeling life light, Jesus, and feeling like life sucked, I was tired of feeling life like fudge. I was tired of feeling life like what? I was tired of feeling like life sucked. It wasn't until I finally decided that I was done, I was going to figure out how to enjoy the beauty of life, did all these lessons that I've been taught all along finally start to come through, and I realized, oh man, they've been telling me all along, I just wasn't listening. They're right. Ow. I forgot to bring you with me, but I got my sticker. And I got a pin too. So, mission accomplished. Huh. Okay, darkness has fallen. I'm in Kalispell. I'm right in the downtown area. And I wanted to film here to demonstrate something, but there's so much traffic flowing by that I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. So I'm going to have to go to my home for the night, which is a hotel. Don't judge me. And we'll talk about the final lesson there. It's been an all-day thing here. I thought I was just going to be 1, 2, 3 and done. No, not so fast there, buddy. I thought that I had to do it all on my own. I felt like a burden. Like, it's my fault that they're having to sacrifice. It's my fault that they're having to suffer. And I didn't want to be a burden on people. And so I thought, I must do it alone. Meanwhile, everyone wanted to help me. Everyone just wanted to help. I felt like I had to prove I could do it alone. But I didn't have to. Everyone believed in me, and everyone thought that I could. And they just wanted to help. They wanted to be part of overcoming the obstacles. It wasn't a burden at all. And I've talked about this before, but it's this circle of help. It's a beautiful little cycle. If I ask for help, I give you purpose. If you offer me help and I accept it, I have granted you purpose. It's a win-win. So I don't think anyone's really ever a burden. And if we're perceived as a burden, well, that person who perceives us as a burden is actually a burden on us. Really. So family. Family and loved ones and friends and community and love and loving and being loved. I gotta say, it's to think about something all day long and then to try to make sense of what you thought and said in the beginning to what you're trying to say now is so mentally exhausting. Like, to hold on to an idea for 12, 14 hours and try to keep it consistent is so challenging, and it always just feels like it makes absolutely no sense. So I hope this made sense. I really do. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, like my video and subscribe to my channel and leave a comment and do all those things that everyone asks you to do. Please. It helps me. I need you to help me. Please help me. It also makes me feel better about myself. And YouTube helps me because they think I'm good. Because you told them that you thought I was good because you did all that stuff. I'm so tired, and I appreciate you, and I love you, and I will be posting again Monday through Friday. Every day, Monday through Friday. Probably Saturdays and Sundays coming soon, too. So keep watching, because I'm going to keep going. Bye. Thank you. It's the third time I've stood up.
I saw this on my Facebook memories, and it was on this day 2 years ago, October 4th, 2018. A year ago today, I witnessed someone of whom I love with all my heart and soul stand face to face with one of life's most devastating moments, a game of Russian roulette with death, a moment that will visit us all someday, a scary yet beautiful moment nonetheless, and if we are lucky enough to endure and conquer it or witness it, we will and shall prosper from this urgent moment of weakness. A game of dice was rolled for Ryan on October 4th, 2017, a year ago today, but this brave young man didn't fold. He trudged. And when I say trudge, I mean I watched him pull himself out of the depths of a pool of quicksand and end up on the top of a mountain. During this year of recovery, we were all given the most blessed opportunity to witness sudden devastation result in triumph. Ryan's strength and resilience throughout this year was a beautiful offering from him and the universe, a spiritual gift to us all. From this chaos, we all found order in our lives, and most importantly, we are given that second chance to just be someone of whom we all hold such gratitude towards and love deeply with all of our hearts. I had the pleasure to watch through the window pane of life and witness a loving family put their deep love and care to work facing a challenge without any hesitation. I witnessed a family step up and work together as a fluid unit, like little worker bees, day in and day out, caring for the well-being of their pack. As the months progressed and throughout all his hard work, mental and physical, Ryan began to build strength, facing obstacles that we, being such busy, self-centered egotists, take for granted. Yes, he taught me. This obstacle taught me. His family strength taught me. And this year taught me so much. It's just expanded my world to what living really has to offer. Thank you, life. Thank you, God. Thank you, ground. Thank you, body. There is always a place for healing in all of our lives, so why not live your best? Cheers to 1 year of recovery, Ryan, and busting your ass to achieve greatness. You got this. We are all very proud of you. XO.